Hi gang, in this video I'm going to give you a small life update as well as apply and talk about some of the newer additions into my makeup collection. The first thing I want to mention is that my good friend Lisa Ann, she got me the Devinah Cosmetics Berlin 89 palette. Her birthday is on the 28th of October and my birthday is on the 31st of October, which is Halloween. So I got some single shadows for her and this is what she got me for my birthday. So this is a really cool palette. This is to commemorate the fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989. So if you didn't already know, back in the day there was a physical division between West and East Germany. They also had divisions in terms of political ideology. And in 89, the wall fell and West and East Germany reunified. After living in Germany for a while, I've come to learn that there are still inequalities between West and East Germany in terms of the wealth of the region, job availability, and things like that. I'm going to turn down the lighting a tad so you can see the palette better. As you can see, there's a black, a red, and a yellow, and that's probably to signify the colors of the German flag as it stands today. I have used this palette once. I did like the way the shadows blended out. However, I did add some of my Devinah Cosmetics shadows. 6 shades on the top are from the Devinah Cosmetics Aurora Flare bundle. And yeah, I've never had any Devinah Cosmetics shadows before, but I am so impressed by how these apply and how these look. Not just in the pan, of course, but also on the eyelid. I have not stopped using them since I got them. And I also got the Halo Moon bundle from Devinah Cosmetics. It's these 6 shades up here. I just put them in the Makeup Geek palette that I have. Pair them with everything I have at the moment because they are just so special and I love the quality. Devinah Cosmetics is a indie makeup brand from Salem, Oregon in the United States of America. So when my friend Gloria went back to America to visit her family, I decided to order the shadows to her place and she brought them back for me to Germany. So that is wonderful. I do have some Danessa Myricks products here. Oh, waterproof cream palette. This one is the Fire and Ice palette, which is more of a highlighter palette. I also have 2 of her other palettes. This is the primary palette, which allows you to mix shades with the primary colors to create any color you want, theoretically. With the white, you can turn the shades pastel. With the gray, you can desaturate them. With the black, you can really darken things up. And there is also this one, which is the Essentials palette. At least for my skin tone, this is more of a contour, blush, bronzing type of palette. For someone with deeper skin tones, this could possibly be a foundation palette. So this is a really cool addition. So if you know what this is, you know what this is. The reason why I didn't feel as bad about getting this palette is because it was on clearance. There was a major sale on Douglas, which is kind of like the German Sephora. Plus, I had some points saved up and I do really like the color story of this. So yeah, I just decided to get it. I've already done my brows and my eyeshadow base. I haven't got any face makeup on. So I'm going to take a kind of leaf green matte shade and put that on my transition area, this area right here. And then we'll just go from there. So I wanted to talk about some life update. I recently got married. It was at the end of July that I got married, and because of that, I haven't been posting as much. It's not simply just because I got married. It's a lot of the stress that goes along with getting married, especially when it comes to me not being a citizen of Germany, getting all sorts of official documents together. This month I've started classes again. So if you don't know, I'm currently doing a master's in sociology. I've been on a hiatus from the university due to my mental health issues, and I recently started a part-time mini job on the side, handling social media accounts, which is what I previously trained for in terms of schooling. I did mass communications back in Singapore. Then at some point I switched to sociology and psychology. But in the meantime, all of my side jobs did have something to do with social media marketing and journalism. That's another reason why I've been gone for a bit, especially when it comes to the university. I do have a lot of fears and doubts, self-doubt mostly, lack of self-confidence when it comes to being able to do the work well. Okay, I'm going to take this shade right here. Whoop, 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 whoop. This one I haven't used as, oh, maybe I should use that one. This one's also pretty. I don't know. I'm going to use this shade, which is Polaris by Devinah Cosmetics. Look at that shift. Can you not? Look at that shift. You can probably tell why I haven't stopped using these Devinah Cosmetics shadows since I've gotten them. They're just so interesting, and the quality is just great. It stays. I haven't had a problem creasing. I did wear these shadows out for long periods of time, and they look beautiful. They wear down beautifully. Oh, look at what it's doing. This is not even a wet brush. This is not a wet brush. It's a dry brush. It's a dry brush, and it's doing this. Oh, be still, my heart. Another thing I wanted to say is that the apartment has really come together. So right now we are only waiting for the bed, and that pretty much finishes our planned upgrade for this apartment. Everything else has been delivered. This spare room is looking so much better than it did 2 years ago. 2 years ago, it was an absolute dump. It was just cardboard boxes stuffed in this room. It was just, it wasn't a functional room. It was just pretty much just a storeroom. And we didn't really know what to do with it. There was so much stuff in this room. So now this room is nice and homey. It's got pictures on the wall. It's got organized storage space. It's got decorations. It's a workable, usable room. Yeah, it's my filming space as well as workspace. Oh, Martin also does use this room for work from time to time when I'm not in it. The rest of the apartment, we did get furniture, new furniture, a new sofa, a dining table because we haven't had one in a while. Being away from Singapore for so long, I do miss parts of it. I do miss some cultural aspects of Singapore. And so I wanted to have some artwork that represented that identity. I am going to try and incorporate some other shades into this look. I'm going for the shade Zone from the Berlin 89 palette. This one right here, this blue shade. Oh my. Wow. That is blue. One thing I will say about using the Aurora Flare bundle is that I usually get very dark looks with it, And that's because the nature of the shadows is that they're very deep jewel tones. But I love it. I just absolutely love how they turn out. And it's very appropriate for, I guess, Halloween season and fall and everything. So that is some of that shade Zone. And it's looking a little bit faded after the first application, I will have to say. I didn't experience that problem with the red shades. This one, I don't know, it seems to fade a bit after the first application. But it's still quite vibrant. Next up, I am going to take the shade Nokomis, which is from the Halo Moon bundle from Devinah Cosmetics. I'm going to use that. It's got a bit of a blue purple reflect. Oh. And if I blend that in with the blue, get me some of that blue. That is pretty. Now it's very interesting because if you look at the shade in the pan and you look at the shade on my eye, you wouldn't actually think that's the same shade because here it just looks like it's white. But on my skin, it looks purple blue. That is just so pretty. And that's another thing I like about these shadows. Recently, I have been enjoying the effect of a kind of darker outer and inner corner to give the eye kind of a more deep set appearance, even though I don't have deep set eyes. If you look at me from the side, my eyes, if anything, are very flush to the rest of my face, or they might even be protruding just a little bit from, you know, kind of the general profile of my face. If you look at Martin's eyes, he has a very different bone structure. Obviously, he is of a different ethnicity. He is also male, so his features present differently. I've just picked up a dark matte green shade. I don't know if I want to go for that green. Maybe I'll mix it in with some of this other, like a brown green shade. Okay, that might be more suitable for this look. Gonna pop that into the outer corner and the inner corner, just so you see what I mean. I don't know if this means that I have fallen prey to Eurocentric beauty standards. Of course I have. But this is the way I've been enjoying doing my makeup recently. This doesn't seem as pronounced as I would say if I used a lighter middle highlight, but it's interesting enough for me. Also, I'm going to do a similar thing with the bottom lash line. I'm going to put that blue shade kind of in the inner corner. I know this is kind of like a reverse type of effect. Lots of people like to put the shimmer shade right in the inner corner and make everything pop, but I kind of like this effect now. This is kind of a very subtle, what is that called? Is that halo eye? It's a very subtle halo eye. Oops. I'm going to take the Glamshop Turbo Glow Shadow in Szlagier. Don't know how to pronounce this as I should, but I'm taking just a little bit of that and putting that right in the middle. Just a little extra. Just a little extra. Okay. Now going in with some flesh tone shades for my skin tone specifically. Yeah, I usually mix these two, maybe a little bit of this. I don't know. It just depends on what kind of colors going on my eyes. This is more green, so I will take the more yellow leaning type of shades. I think that blends better. And kind of place that on the brow bone. I'm quite surprised at the minimal fallout down here. Usually with shadows, this kind of, I don't know, impactful, there will be quite a bit of fallout visible on the cheekbones, but for me that is not the case. So, but I still do clean up after application. I always do my face makeup last, so I'm just going to show you this. Oh, come on. This is all of the shadow that came off on the cotton pad. This is the accumulated fallout from both sides, which is very, very, very minimal. I'm going to be using the Max Factor Access Intensity Long Wear Eyeliner in the shade 07. I do like the formula of this, however, I don't see a lot of interesting colors. It's usually the typical black, brown shades. Okay, I'm going to add a bit of concealer under the eyes. This is the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer in the shade Medium Sand. In the shade Medium Sand. e.l.f. has not been easily available in Germany, so I was pleasantly surprised to see it in stores. And yeah, this shade actually fits me perfectly. I will say that this product does dry down a bit quicker than I'd like. It's not as liquidy as some of my other products. And therefore, you do have to be quite quick with this product, or you can mix it with some face oil or some moisturizer to kind of thin out the consistency. But regardless, I really like this product and I think it is a great match for me. So for this video, I'm just going to do that part of the face as well as around my lips. I do have darker pigmentation around my lips. That's just how I was born. Okay, so now I'm going to dip into the Danessa Myricks cream palette, the Essentials palette. With cream products, you do have to be a bit more careful mixing the products. With powder products, you can kind of swirl your brush in one shade, move to the other shade because it's powder and it kind of brushes off easily. But with cream products, you know, if you get a really dark shade in with a light shade, it kind of alters the top layer and then you have to scrape it off or you have to just continue using it as it is. Sorry, I was going in with some of this and I'm trying to angle my brush so that the products all are in different spots of the brush and then I blend it on my face. Okay, so here we go. Oh my, that's dark. That is too dark. That is way dark. Okay. Oh dear. I kind of forgot the shades on this palette, how deep they were, how pigmented they were. So I'm going to have to do it with a really light hand and then blend it out with another brush, I think. So it definitely is doing some contouring to my face. You cannot deny that. This is just way too dark. I look like I've been punched in the face. Hello? There we go. Actually, that's okay. Like if you blend it out, it's fine. Since we're already using cream products, I am going to use that same brush And I'm going to dip into this shade from Max Factor. This is the Miracle Touch Cream Blush in the shade 09 Soft Murano. And applying some of it onto this area of the face. The cheeks, blushing up the cheeks. I gotta say, on camera, this looks a lot softer than it looks like in person. And for highlighter, let's just go in with the Danessa Myricks, the Ice and Fire palette, I think this one's called. And I think my favorite shade, kind of the go-to easy shade with this, is this shade right here. This one is called Sunrise. Yeah, this one's, is it? Yeah, this one's called Sunrise. And it's kind of this yellow champagne, light champagne type of highlighter, which is flattering on most skin tones, I believe. So I usually put it down the bridge of the nose just a bit. I usually avoid the tip of the nose. I don't know. Ever since I saw Wayne Goss talk about it, I've just not done the tip of the nose. And a little bit on the high points of my cheekbones, which are high by themselves, since I have that kind of East Asian face structure. Okay. Okie doke. And then some here, some here. Blah, 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 blah. Another thing I do like about the Danessa Myricks cream palettes is that the product is suited for any part of the face with staying power. So you can use it on lips, you can use it as eyeliner, you can use it as blush, you can use it as foundation, and it does stay on the face. So I think I'm gonna mix this shade with a little bit of these two shades, mix a bit, and I'm gonna mix it on the back of my hand so I don't get the palette dirty. I should have moisturized my lips prior, but you get the idea. I'm gonna add a little bit of this shade. Just adding some of that lip color to the blush area. Okay, so that is the finished look. I'm not going to do my lashes because it's late at night and I don't want to have to scrub off waterproof mascara at a time like this right after I put it on. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this video. If you'd like to see a more specific video on any of the products that I talked about today, such as the Berlin palette perhaps, or the Danessa Myricks cream palettes, I'd be glad to do that. Just write a comment in the comment box. I know I have a lot of palette battles left. I think I went a bit ambitious with my idea for, I don't know how many battles, 30 battles? I can't remember. However, I'm not really on any sort of deadline. I did initially think that, oh, maybe I can do a palette battle thing and, you know, by the end of the year, I would have a winner. But it doesn't look like that now because I've skipped so many weeks. But I will still attempt to keep going. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you found this video somewhat informative. And that's it from me. Ciao for now.